Hey, we are live. Man, it has been a minute since I went live at night. Wow, it's 11:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, hey, I just wanted to jump on and say hello to everyone and just have a chat. So I am actually really excited about this upcoming week. I'm headed down to Dallas, Texas to hang out with my buddy Craig Duswalt and a lot of other great people. Mike and Brenda Shine are joining us down there and a bunch of other people. Happy Independence Day to you as well, my brother. Good to see you, Samuel. Jose Garza is in the house. Kellen, what is going on? Jose, you're coming to Dallas? That'd be great, dude. Come on over. Come on over. Thank you, Glenn Caldwell. So, yeah, I'm heading to Dallas. I'm speaking at Craig Duswalt's event. Craig and I have got some pretty exciting things we're going to be announcing and talking about while I'm there. And then on Saturday, I'm catching a flight to Los Angeles and going to my buddy Ramy El-Batrawi, going to his home in the Hollywood Hills. And he's having a 2-day fundraising event, which is going to be really exciting. I am going to miss the first day, but a 2-day event where Don Green, the CEO of the Napoleon Hill Foundation, will be there. Man, a bunch of people are going to be there. Why am I drawing a blank all of a sudden? Anyway, John Gray, the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, will be there. It's a Napoleon Hill Foundation fundraiser event, and it is going to be so awesome. Jose is going. Yep, Jose, I can't wait to meet you in person. My brother from another mother right there. And then Dan Altmeyer, Cynthia Mannion, a bunch of people from the Grow Live Academy are going. Mike and Brenda Shine are going to LA. Just a bunch of people. So pretty excited about that. Pretty excited about it. Hey, buddy. Who's that? Is that Doug Wing, Facebook user? I don't know. Looks like StreamYard and Facebook are still fighting it out. Oh, it's Troy Aberle. Troy, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about heading out to Dallas and then spending a few days in Dallas, and then from there going to Los Angeles for a couple of days to hang out in Beverly Hills and all that mambo jumbo. So what are you guys doing? Happy Independence Day to all of my fellow American friends. And hopefully you had a safe and wonderful holiday weekend. Yeah, LA is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I finally get to meet Ramy, and he's having this huge event I was talking to him the other day, and he had gardeners and all kinds of people working outside. I'm like, dude, and we were on Zoom, and I'm like, that house is absolutely amazing. Brad Leland. Oh my goodness. We have a famous Hollywood actor watching us right now, Mr. Brad Leland. You guys might know him from Friday Night Lights. He was Buddy Garrity in Friday Night Lights, and he's played a gazillion other roles on several television series, HBO movies, all kinds of stuff. Brad is the man and a good friend. Brad, I'll be in Dallas on Wednesday, man. Are you in Dallas? You going to be in Dallas? You going to be in Dallas, Brad? You got to come and see me, man. You got to come and see me. Oh, Theodora, it's so good to see you. I was thinking about you today. I hope you're doing fantastic. Who is Yo? Who is Yo? Come on now. Tell me who Yo is. In fact, Brad was just in a movie last year with Robin, I want to say Leach, but I know that's not it because he's dead, I think. Robin, Brad, help me out here. The movie, I remember it. It's called Land, 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 and it's phenomenal. Oh, Shaka Dyson, my brother. How you doing, man? How you doing? Brad was in a movie called Land. Robin Wright. Robin Wright. Yes, less sweet. What? Brad, what's that? What's that supposed to? You fat fingered it, man. What's that supposed to say, man? Less sweet while Yo's here. Brad, I'm telling you guys, I've had the great opportunity and pleasure to hang out with that dude a couple of different times. He is funny. Oh my gosh, he is hilarious. So let's go eat and Texanese. Oh, let's squeak while you's here. Is that what that means? Oh my God. Lucinda says, hi, Ken. This is Lucinda Kerrigan from Carbondale, Illinois, owner of Resume Diva Company. Is that what that means? Resume or resume? I didn't see that little accent. What's that called? A whatever thingy. Anyway, nice to meet you, Lucinda. Thank you for being on here. I appreciate it. Brad, we're gonna eat. You got to come and see me, dude. You got to come and see me. Resume. Look at that. Man, that was fast. You did that fast, Lucinda. Wow. Brad, I really hope, because I'm flying, man. This is going to be my first time flying, because as you guys know, I was driving all over the country. And what days are you going to be local? Who is this? Well, come on, man. Facebook, I wish you guys would get it together so you can communicate properly with StreamYard. Like, what the heck? What days am I going to be local? Facebook user asks. Well, that depends on who you are. Oh, it's Brian. Dude, what is up with Facebook, man? So I'm there Wednesday. I get in Wednesday afternoon. Craig and I are going to meet up and discuss some business. But I'll be free Wednesday. Yeah, it's not that. I actually sent a message to Gage, the CEO of StreamYard, as a friend of mine. And he said their engineers are communicating with Facebook and Kenster Eric. I'm going to LinkedIn. My bad. Jeet yet? No, Jew. Well, then let's squeeze. Oh wow. So yeah, I will be flying. It's the first time in, I don't know, 2 or 3 years since before the whole mask mandate thing. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to getting somewhere a lot faster. I will tell you that. And then I'm flying to Saturday night. I got to be back at the airport. I might need a ride, Brad. I'm kidding. Brad's not an Uber driver. He's a famous actor. He doesn't give Uber rides. So, so, so I will be, I got to be back. I got to be at the airport Saturday night. My flight leaves Dallas and heads to LA around 8 o'clock. And then, I get to LA at 9:07 or something. So, anyway, long time no see, miss the energy. Thank you, whoever that is. I don't know who that is. We got a lot of Facebook users tonight. Lucinda says, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been doing lately? I have been doing fantastic. Absolutely mind-blowingly well. Like, you wouldn't even believe it if I told you. So I don't believe it sometimes. How can bees live on honey alone? I'm going to try it for a week and see if I grow wings. Do it. Do it. Do it over and over. That's crazy. Anyway, so I'm hold it. Brad Leland, are you still on here? Just Brad, if you're here, just Rob Glow, dude, like I would block you. Come on, man. So no, I didn't block you, dude. Aren't we friends? Did you block me, bro? Anyway, so Brad and Brian Galkey need to meet. Oh my God, Brad, you and Brian you need to meet Brian Galkey. You will love that dude. He's awesome. Brian, are you coming to Craig's event? The Rock Your Life. The Rock Your Life marketing event. Are you coming to that, dude? It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And it's going to rock, man. I'm telling you. I'm going to see my oh, you can't. Can you do it on Thursday? Anyway, Thursday, let's see. Sandra Spurgeon, my dear friend, my sister, Sandra Spurgeon, is going to be there. I love this woman. She's going to be there. She's speaking at the event. She's the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world when it comes to winning in court. She's an attorney and she's won, I want to say 127, 128 cases. She's never lost a case. She's literally undefeated. And I mean, she is awesome. She's now a legal analyst with Fox News, and she's been on so many other programs. She's amazing. She's speaking there, and she's going to rock that stage. I am telling you, she's going to rock that stage. So, Lucinda, Tammy Thrasher is a Facebook user. What? Tammy, that's you? I hope to see you. Well, you're coming over. I know you are because I already put you on the list. I called and said, hey, we have a VIP coming in. So, Lucinda, if you know, I got to be honest with you. I've been there. I'm a recovered alcoholic coming up on 20 years sober. And there was a time when I couldn't find my rear end with both hands and a flashlight. And, I can tell you that it all changed once I decided up here. I made the decision that nothing was going to hold me back. Nothing was going to stop me. Nothing was going to keep me down. I was not going to be broke anymore. I was not going to allow those voices in my head to tell me how broke and stuck and incapable and all of that. I just said enough's enough. Enough is enough. Happy 4th of July to you, Facebook user. Don't know which Facebook user that is. Look, you can't see what I see, but if you saw what I see, like you'd be like, dude, everybody's a Facebook user tonight. What the heck? Come on, Facebook and StreamYard, work it out. Man, I'm going to have to test some other software or something. This is not cool at all. Not at all. And I've referred a lot of people to StreamYard, so they need to fix this. This is very uncool. Very uncool. So, and I don't think it's StreamYard. I think it's Facebook. I think Facebook wants people to use their native app, and I don't know. I'm going out on a limb. No, I'm not saying you're an alcoholic. I get it. There is a guy by the name of Nick Vujicic or something like that. I can't say his name, his last name. He's Australian. Nick was born with no legs and one arm. Nick is one of the top motivational speakers in the world. He doesn't let anything hold him back. I don't know what that is, but here's what I do know. Here's what I do know. You're still here. And every moment that we're alive, we have an opportunity to make an impact, a positive impact in this world, in the lives of others, and in our own lives. Tell everyone to end their sentence with right. That would be good. That would be really good. Susan says, I just have to tell you that my husband and I took a road trip to I can't even say it. Just because you went through there and told Glenn about it in your podcast last year. It was hilarious. Isn't it funny? Like the interstate is literally, and the fudge packed by the famous fudge packers. So I am here to tell you that there are billboards strewn all over the interstate. Like you're driving down the interstate and there are billboards saying, stop by the fudge factory at Uranus. It's in Missouri. It's legitimately a thing, and it's unbelievable. Like, wow. And there are billboards like for 100 miles. You see billboards randomly saying, wow. So I heard about him. It's hyperthyroidism. I do a lot to help others through my business. That's awesome. Way to go. Way to go. Nick is amazing, and he does have a beautiful family. Life without limits. Nick. Boo. Somebody help. How phonetically spell that? It's Vujicic. Vujicic. Is it Vujicic? I think it's Vujicic. So listen. It is. It literally is. It's the most unbelievable thing. I mean, and the fact that they have billboards all over, I've never driven past there with my daughters in the car, thank God. I can't even imagine answering the questions. Dad, why is that? And now my, 12-year-old and my 16-year-old, and like they, they're in public schools. There's nothing that they haven't heard, from what I'm told. So, it's Megan, it literally is. It's literally in Missouri. Is that how you pronounce it? Or is it Uranus? I want to say Uranus. I don't know. I just think it's funny, and there's actually a place there called that, and they have billboards everywhere. I remember the first time seeing it, I'm like, what did I just see on that billboard? Did that just say stop by the fudge factory? I'm like, no, that did not say that. No. And then I saw another one. I'm like, it says that. I called my wife. I'm like, you're not going to believe the billboards I see. And then I'm on the phone with Amy Lee Westervelt. And I'm like, Amy Lee, you're not going to believe this. I said, I'm literally entering your I can't even say it. I can't even say it. She said, excuse me. I said, I know. It's uncomfortable for me. It's, oh, that's terrible. That is just terrible. Oh, so, yeah, there's so many jokes. And Glenn, it's ridiculous. So I'm like, and she says, oh my God, I can't. It's so funny watching you tell Glenn about it. I mean, it was funny. It still is. Did you get t-shirts? We even had a contest. Did you get I did not. Okay, so I it just so happens I think on the way back I needed to get gas. So I'm like, I cannot believe this, but I actually I mean, just all you have to do is finish my sentences in your head. It is so funny. It's ridiculous, is what it is. Like it's vile but hilarious all at the same time. I'm like, I just, I just got can't believe I almost ran out of gas. And anyway, it's crazy. So but this time, my trip to Dallas will not include a trip through Uranus, Missouri. Um, gosh, just saying that. Um, it will be, well, I won't even fly over it unless we're diverted for some reason, which hopefully we're not. that's so that's so funny. Oh my gosh. So, what did y'all do for you cannot say. Oh, oh my gosh. I am telling you, it was ridiculous. Um, what did y'all do for the 4th of July weekend besides make a trip to Missouri? Oh my gosh. Hold off. So what did you guys do for the 4th of July weekend? All right, Brian, text me, bro. Hit me up. Hit me up. Thanks for jumping on. Look, I just jumped on here to talk about my trip to Dallas coming up, Craig's event. If you haven't gone, let me get the link right now. And here, let me show you. Oh yeah, here, I'm just going to share this. Steve Rizzo's going to be there too, you guys. Steve Rizzo, do you know who that is? Hello. He had a Showtime on special, a special on Showtime. Whew. Strike that, reverse it. Thank you. Steve had a special on Showtime. He is speaking at the Rock Your Life conference for entrepreneurs. And it's going to be powerful. So you can go check it out at rockyourlifeconference.com. Craig Duswalt. Natasha, did you know that Craig's wife owns one of the largest modeling agencies in America, like in the top 5 or something like that? There's moi. There is Steve Rizzo. Jeff Crilly. Oh, you want to know Jeff Crilly. Jeff Crilly is unbelievable. Rock star, my buddy Sander Spurgeon, Dr. Fab Mancini, the one and only Chaz Wilson. This dude is amazing. So is Dr. Mancini. Some absolutely amazing rock stars. Michael D. Butler, Dr. Hoa Gwyn, I think it's pronounced Gwyn, Merv Jersak, and a rock star speaker surprise guest. Hey, I don't even know about that. And I talk to Craig every day. Who's the surprise guest? Craig. Inquiring minds want to know. Watched fireworks on the deck of the local golf course. Well, that's awesome. My oldest and I went to hang out in the park, had a smoothie date. She went to hang out with friends, and my 16-year-old, the younger one, and I watched fireworks with her best friend. That's awesome. Nick is amazing. Thank you very much, Megan. I am so honored and blown away. Can I tell you guys? I got to tell you guys something. All right, all right. I have a really cool story to share with you about manifesting, the law of attraction, God answering prayers, whatever it is you want to call it. Drop a 1 in the comments if you want to hear this story. Otherwise, I will not bore you with it. Saturday, met my brother at the halfway mark of Hoxton, Georgia, which is Gulfport, Mississippi, to drop my son off for the next week or so. That's awesome. That is awesome. Steve is awesome. I talk to Steve not every day, but almost daily. Steve and I are starting a show together. We're going to do it weekly, I believe. And it's going to be called Conversations with Bob. More details coming soon. Steve is phenomenal. Thank you, Megan. Thank you. So here's the deets. Let me drop the deets. So I don't know how long ago it was. It's been a long time ago, 15 years ago, maybe. I'd seen the movie The Secret and all of that. And I'm like, okay, I really want to start manifesting greater things in my life. I want to have a more positive mindset and figure all this out. And so I saw part of that movie is where drawing a blank on the dude's name, but he's talking to his son in their new home, and he realizes his son's sitting on this box as they're unpacking, and he pulls out this vision board and he looks at this vision board and he's like, oh my gosh. And he looked at it and he teared up, and his son said, Dad, what's wrong? And he said, it just occurred to me that the house that we were literally moving into in that moment, that the house we were moving into is not a similar house, but the same exact identical house that he had put up on his vision board like 10 years earlier. And so I was like, that's cool, man. I mean, if that's cool, so let me do a vision board. So I did a vision board, just things I wanted to create and have in my life. And so I'm a graphic designer. I'm a Photoshop expert. And I got in Photoshop and I thought, how cool would it be if I put myself on the front cover of Fortune magazine and I was leaning against my logo? I thought that would be cool. So I did that. I created this thing, and I can't find this file. I think it's on one of my old computers. But anyway, I created that. And I printed it off along with a lot of other things, and I put it up on this vision board. And here's the crazy part. That was 13, 15, 14 years ago. I don't remember exactly when. Excuse me. On the front cover of that Fortune magazine, I put America's wealthiest. Who is this guy, Ken Walls? America's wealthiest. Reach out to him for advice. And it wasn't too awful long ago that I was looking for somebody I had to call back on in my cell phone for the day, the missed calls and all of that. I'm scrolling through and I'm like, my gosh, look at all the people. Ramy El-Batrawi, a billionaire. I talk to Ramy often, and he's a friend of mine. The people that Mark Victor Hansen and Crystal, two amazing people and dear friends of mine, who sold over 500 million books. Just I look at the list of people that I get to hang out with, I get to communicate with. Steve Rizzo, Craig Duswalt, toured the world with Air Supply for 7 years and Guns N' Roses for 4.5 years, owns a huge marketing company. His wife's an amazing rock star. The Kardashians are her clients, and Kanye West is a client of hers. I mean, these are really, really good friends of mine. And I think back to when I created that vision board, and I think about the book that I'm writing with a doctor of psychology. She's amazing too. And all of these things that are occurring and have occurred and that I've been blessed with in my life. And I think, man, a lot of people don't put much stock into that kind of stuff. And I get that. It may be a little woo woo. It may be to some people, I don't know. And quite frankly, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Your opinion of me is none of my business. But if you want to have a better life, you want to have more in your life, you want to create more, man, all of these voices in your head that are programs running from other people. It's from other people. Shut them up. Shut them off. You got to shut them off. Bob Donnell, another unbelievably famous rock star, and he's on here. And he knows everybody. He's who introduced me to Glenn Morshower and to Mark Victor Hansen. I'll never forget when Bob called me, hey, have you had Mark Victor Hansen on your show yet? And I'm like, yeah, he comes on all the time, dude. Why? No, I haven't had Mark Victor, Chicken Soup for the Soul, that guy, that Mark Victor Hansen. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, no, I haven't. I would love to. He goes, all right, I got you, man. I'll send a text. I'll set it up. I'm like, okay, Bob. Okay, man, here you go. I was like, what is Bob smoking? He's going to get Mark Victor Hansen. Right. And I still have the voicemail from when Mark Victor Hansen called me, probably an hour later, maybe 2. I don't remember. And I remember thinking, Bob Donnell is not smoking weed. Wow. Like, I remember thinking that, like, he was serious. Holy crap, he really does know. That was Mark Victor Hansen that left me that voicemail. I ran to the kitchen where my wife was standing out there, and I'm like, listen to this voicemail. I didn't even call Mark back immediately. And here's the crazy part. You ready for this? This is the crazy part. So Mark and I have developed this friendship. I mean, really, really deep friendship. And he called me about a year ago, and he said, hey, because he was laughing about my story because when he called, I was like, I feel like I just got a call from the president of the United States, just left me a voicemail and wants me to call him back. And he says, I'm eagerly awaiting your call. I was like, what? This is not real. How's this real? This can't even be real. Who am I? What is this? And so I like, Mark calls me and he says, my friend Mitzi Purdue, who's a friend of mine too, now that Mark introduced me to her, she's been on my show, And yes, I'm talking about the Purdue chicken family that does $6 billion a year in chicken farming. And her father's the founder of, I believe, the Sheraton hotel chain. He said, my friend Mitzi Purdue is a brilliant writer, and she's writing my biography. I said, well, that's beautiful. Congratulations. And he said, I really want you to have your story about when we met in my biography. I said, here, Mark. I'm kidding. I definitely wouldn't say it to Mark. I was like, what? Wait a minute. Where's that vision board? This can't be happening. This is real. So Mitzi Purdue called me a week or two later, and we set up a time, and she interviewed me for Mark's book. We spent over an hour together on the phone laughing, and I was like, okay, well, hey, I'm sure that's not going to make the book, but it's been amazing talking with you again, Mitzi. You're amazing. And we hung up. And then 2 weeks ago, I get an email with the transcript to Mark's biography. And I have a chapter in there. My story is in Mark Victor Hansen's, the #1 best-selling author on planet Earth, besides God with the Bible. Is in his book. So I'm reading the comments. That's got to be Eric. Listen, I just got to tell you that when you remove the limitations of your mind, and it's not easy. I'm not saying this is easy. It's not. I'm telling you, it's not easy. But when you remove those limitations that we all experience, you start removing those, and you start really becoming intentional about what you want to create. You start becoming intentional in your education. You put down anything that allows you to fall into the role of victim. Anything. I don't care what it is. Does not matter to me. It may matter to you, but it does not matter to me. I feel bad for you, but I will not wallow in pity with you. You've got to put down the things that are allowing you to play the victim in your life. And a lot of you know it. If you do this, you already know you do it. You've got to put it down. I know you want to be heard. I know you want everybody to know how much you were wronged. I know you want everybody to know how this person did you wrong, that person did you wrong. You got to put it down, man. And I'm listen, I'm not judging you if you do this, because I bought the t-shirt and wore it out. But I can tell you that my life in this book right there, if you can see what I'm pointing at, there's the 10X rule. Amazing book by Grant Cardone. But right next to it is a book by Jack Canfield and Janet Switzer called The Success Principles. The very first principle in that book, and I've talked about this before, and I'll talk about it until I'm dead. The very first principle is take 100% responsibility for every single outcome in your life. When you take responsibility for everything, I screwed up, I did good, I prayed, I was blessed, I didn't pray, I wasn't blessed, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Take responsibility, let it go, and move forward. Make a vision board, put it up on your wall, wherever it is, put it up on your mirror, write out little notes, little post-it notes, stick them all over the place, put them everywhere. feed your mind. Do you know I've read everything Grant Cardone's ever put out? I think I've probably watched every single video that Grant Cardone has ever put out. Maybe not. I've watched and listened to him, to Mark Victor Hansen, to Steve Rizzo, to Jim Cathcart, to Zig Ziglar, Tom Ziglar. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Jim Rohn and Kyle Wilson and all the amazing people out here in this world that, they're out here trying to help people have a better life. They're trying to help people break through. Brian Tracy. How could I forget Brian Tracy? Brian Tracy, who changed my life. Tony Robbins, who really impacted my life years ago. I have Grant's cell phone number. I could call the dude. I emailed him the other day and he emailed me back. I'm telling you, I just bought Grant's newest book. And people are like, well, why would you buy Grant's newest book? Haven't you already heard everything he's got to say? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, we're friends, but we ain't that tight. I can't read his mind. I don't know what's going on. And he's got $5.1 billion worth of real estate and I don't. So maybe there's something I could learn from the dude. So I bought his newest book. It's called The 10X Mentor. It's on Audible. Get it. I've been listening to it. It's phenomenal. Get it. Get it. Go to Audible. Buy it. So many people that I know refuse to invest in themselves. They think they can learn it all off of YouTube, or they can learn it all off of this, or learn it. And you know what? Good on you for trying. But if your life is not where you really, really, really want it to be, I suggest you start figuring out what it is that's missing. Start investing in yourself. Start reading books. Listen to books. Thank you for being on here. But listen to books. Read books. I really, truly think that your level in life is directly correlated with how often you read and what you read, how much you consume in learning more. Years ago, when I dropped out of high school, it was a couple years later that I got into sales, and I realized how much of an idiot I was. I didn't know anything about selling. And I thought, I went to the most successful salesman in the company, and I'm like, how'd you learn how to do this? I watched this one guy, Dan Fink. I'll never forget him. I wrote about him in my book. This dude was slicker than whale doo-doo in an ice flow. I mean, he was smooth like butter. And I'm like, dude, where did you learn? How? You weren't born with this. No way. Like, how? And he's like, oh, I just, I listen to Zig Ziglar and I listen to Brian Tracy. And I'm like, who's that? Zig what? And I started listening to them. I bought their programs. Somebody told me about the Nightingale Conant Corporation. I subscribed. Now I'm friends with Jim Cathcart. Jim Cathcart sold one of the very first programs to Nightingale Conant Corporation on I forget what the topic was, but I can call Jim. I've got his number. Like Earl Nightingale was his mentor. And this is not, you got to understand, like, if you knew, God, if you could get in my head and you knew what I've come from and what I came through and the freaking fears and the being paralyzed in fear so badly, being afraid of being judged, being afraid of everything so badly that I wasn't willing to even try. I just stayed stuck because it fit the narrative of the story that was going on in my head. It concretized the story. The story was, I'm broken. I'm an alcoholic. I can't do this. I can't do that. Why even try? My gosh, I see this guy making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year in commissions at this job. I work there and I didn't make $400 last month. What in the heck? They must be giving him all the good leads and I'm getting all the horrible leads. Or how's it? Or why do I have to get all my own leads? And that guy, he obviously, the company's giving him leads if he's making that kind of money, and only to find out that none of it was true. He just had a different mindset, and this was the biggest one, and this is the biggest one. His expectations were higher. Do you get that? What he expected life to deliver to him was way different than what I was expecting. And this is the craziest part, I think, about life is I really believe we get in our lives, we get what we expect, what we feel we deserve. And here's the even crazier part. All of this stuff I just said, it's already out there. None of it was original. Not my original stuff. I don't know who originated most of it, but and I'm sure there are plenty of people that'll try to take credit for the origination of it. But here's what I wrote in my first book. I said, hey, right there's my first book, Walls of Wisdom, Turning Pain into Profit. I said, hey, listen, I'm going to more than likely quote a lot of different people in this book. And if I recall who it is, I will give them credit because I don't believe in stealing from other people. But if I don't remember, I'll say I don't remember, source unknown, and feel free to reach out to me and we can talk about whether or not you originated that. But one of my favorite quotes I heard from Dr. Wayne Dyer, and he probably didn't come up with it on his own, and that is, there is no such thing as an original thought. All wisdom is plagiarized. Only stupidity is original. Everything that you want in your life is in one of those books back there, or a book that hasn't been written yet. It's the bottom line. And most people will not invest the time that it takes to sit down and read a book and get something out of the book, some knowledge. And you're not even going to retain that much of it, but you'll retain exactly what you need. And that's why you got to keep reading. And then reread it later again, 2 years later, a year later, 6 months later, read it again and again and again and again. Where did I put that? Where is that? I don't know where I put it. I thought I had it laying right here. One of Russell Brunson's books that I'm rereading. All the answers are out there, but people are not willing to put in the work. And it's not because I truly don't believe that people are lazy. I don't. I think what it is this. People live in fear, paralyzed by fear, so they take no action. What if I put in all the work and I still fail? Because my stepdad told me I was worthless and I was always going to be worthless and I was always going to fail. Or this person said that, or this person. Take those words that people have degraded you with or tried to degrade you with and use them as fuel. Use them as fuel. Tell me I can't do something. Tell me. And I might even just, okay, shake my head and agree with you. But I can promise you this, in the back of my head, I'm going, watch. You watch. Watch me. You'll see. Because I use those kinds of words as fuel. Anyway, I don't know why I just went on that little pontification rant. But I will tell you that whatever you really, really, really visualize whatever you really, 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 truly, and deeply with every ounce of your heart desire, you can bring that into your life. As long as it's good for you and the world, you can bring it into your life. It doesn't matter what it is. It does not matter what it is. Doesn't. Billionaires exist because they don't have limited thinking. It's that simple. I talk with my friend Ramy, and I'm telling him he actually is a customer of mine with the digital business cards. I did one for him. He's a customer now. Did one for Jim Cathcart. I did one for Steve Rizzo, which is way more than a business card. I'm not going into that tonight. If you want to know more about it, hit me up. But Ramey's like, okay, so listen, I'm sitting here going, okay, I need to figure out how I can put out 4 or 5 of these a day, right? Like I got the team, I got people helping me with this, and it's growing like crazy. I can't even keep up sometimes. But Ramy says to me, and this is the difference between me and how a billionaire thinks. He says these are great, man. We got to figure out how to get these, to 1,000 a day. I said 1,000 a day. Okay. 1,000 a day. But that's the difference, right? Now I've got to raise my ceiling, my unconscious ceiling to get to that. I got to stop looking at it from a micro level and start looking at it from a macro level. How do I get to 1,000 a day? How do I get to 10,000 a day? Anything's possible. Anything is possible, my friends. Bob Donnell, I love you, brother. Thank you for being on here. Thank you to everybody else who's been on here and listening to me rant. I wish people would get their foot off the brake in their life. I don't know how to convince people that there's so much more to life than what you're allowing into your life. I don't know how to convince people that the stories you're telling yourself are holding you back. There's so much more. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Megan, you're a rock star. Thank you for being here, and hopefully I see a lot of you in Dallas and even more of you in Los Angeles this week. Talk to you guys soon. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. That's what I call it. It's Independence Day. I keep seeing these memes that say, just a reminder, the 4th of July exists because of men with guns. Actually, the 4th of July has always existed in some form or another, depending on which calendar you follow. The 4th of July has always been around. Independence Day exists because of men with guns. Have a great rest of your evening. God bless you all. God bless the United States of America, and we will see you all really soon.